minute to get up in here. Man, come on in, come on in. It's going to be a heavy one today. Picking up the pieces is going to be rough. I hope you're ready. All right, family, we're going to go ahead and get started. Man, I got nervous, like right before coming on this live. Man, and I knew I was going to talk about this for like the last couple of days. It's been on my heart. It's just been on me heavy. So if I get on one, man, just chop it up as, man, just the energy, just chop it up as just passion. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? We have to have this conversation today. Excuse me. Miss Rocky, what's up with you? Man, a couple of days ago, I talked about Medusa and Athena. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna pick back up on that, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit, but we're gonna talk about it from a different perspective today. It's gonna get deep. It's gonna get heavy. You know what I mean? And some of you are gonna get offended. Man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. So Athena was the goddess of war. And when you think about that, you know, at that time there was so much crazy stuff going on in the world. You know what I mean? Not like today. Today the world's fucked up. You know what I mean? It's just humanity's fucked up. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But back then there was so much stuff supposedly going on in the world at that time, the known world at that time. And here is Athena, the goddess of war. Out of all the things that she could have been focused on, here's this lady, a beautiful goddess, as pretty as she was, you know what I mean? As powerful as she was so fixated and so bothered and so taken back that this lady Medusa was getting all this attention. This lady Medusa was getting these people to come and talk about, man, this lady's so beautiful, man, this lady's pretty, man, this lady beauty rivals Athena and blah, 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 blah. And so Athena, all the shit she could have been focused on, all the shit she should have been focused on, she was so pissed off, so perturbed by hearing the people talk about Medusa's beauty, so bothered about hearing the people talk about Medusa's hair, how it flowed and just, man, it's just like flowed with the waves, flowed with the air, you know what I mean? And here the goddess is tripping off of some earthling, you know what I mean? Some human being who's worshiping Athena. All Medusa want to do, now they're gonna start making all the noise, you know what I mean? It is what it is. All Medusa wanted to do was please Athena. What's up with you, Remy? All Medusa wanted to do was please Athena. All Athena was thinking about is, they saying this bitch look better than me. They saying this girl look better than me. Who the fuck is she? How the fuck is she so fucking pretty? Why the fuck are all these people coming and talking about how pretty she is? We going in today. Stay with me. I promise you that. And so this goddess is tripping off of this woman's beauty. This goddess with all this fucking power is tripping off this woman's beauty. What does that got to do with us? We ain't fucking changed at all. We're still the same fucking way. What am I talking about? Women. This is not just about women, but I'm going to talk to my sisters right now. And when I say sisters, I don't give a damn what nationality you are. I don't give a damn what ethnicity you subscribe to, what's your sexual orientation. I don't give a damn none of that shit, right? Y'all have got to stop fucking tripping. What's up with you, Sparrow Spec? Y'all, the women, y'all have got to stop fucking tripping. You guys tear each other down like can't nobody else. A dude can't tear a woman down like other women do. Women are so fucking judgmental against other fucking women. Who the fuck this bitch thinks she is? And why the fuck she got on white right now? She know we can't be wearing white right now. It's out of season. Y'all motherfuckers are so fucking judgmental against other women. Y'all tear women down for no fucking reason other than the fact that you got some fucking insecurities you haven't dealt with. You got some underlying issues. Listen what you bring. You got some underlying issues you have not dealt with. And so you're quick to tear another woman down. I don't know how the fuck she got a man. She can't cook. She can't clean. All she must be doing is just sucking his dick and must be able to fuck good because she can't do shit else. Look at her raggedy, ratchet ass. I hear this shit from fucking women about other women. And then y'all get mad when men tear you down. Then y'all get mad when men call y'all tramps. Then y'all get mad when men call y'all hoes and gold diggers. And outside y'all names when y'all do it to each other all the fucking time. This is not just about the women. Nah, we just getting started. Dudes, we got to grow the fuck up. We have to grow the fuck up. We have to stop tearing each other down. And when I say brothers, I'm not talking about just black people. When I say brothers, I'm talking about, no, leave that right there, baby. So when I talk about brothers, I'm talking about everybody. Again, I don't give a fuck about your nationality. I don't give a fuck about your ethnicity, your sexuality. I don't give a fuck about none of that stupid divisive shit. We have to grow the fuck up. Brothers, we got to stop fucking tripping. We've got to stop looking at another fucking dude based on his fucking physique. Oh, okay, he look like he all right, so I'm gonna give him a pass. Oh, he look like he a punk, I'm gonna try him. What's up with you, Scorpio lady? And we just go in on each other because of how each other looks. Oh, he got long hair, I bet you a fucking sissy. He got da-da-da-da-da. You know, we do stupid ass fucking shit. Man. And that's not even dealing with the fucking racial shit. Stay with, we about to go somewhere today. There's gonna be a whole lot of people bothered, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? We have to grow the fuck up. Man, Miss Rocky, I thank you for that donation. We have to grow the fuck up. Out of all the shit to be tripping off of, out of all the shit that Athena could have been doing, out of all the things that Athena could have been doing to make the world a better place, a safer place, all the shit, all the women that was getting dogged the fuck out back in Athena's days, all the women that was getting raped back then, Athena's fucking attention wasn't on what the other dudes were doing. Athena's attention on what the other gods that were males were doing to the women. Athena's attention was on this pretty bitch who looked good. And why the fuck she gotta be so fucking pretty? And that was Athena's issue. She was a fucking goddess. And we ain't changed. We haven't learned the fucking lessons. We told all these fucking stories, but we haven't gotten the fucking message from the stories. We told all these stories. We heard all these stories as kids. We know the Greek Romans and the Greek gods and the Roman gods. We know all this shit. But we never learned the fucking messages. Out of all the shit to be worried about, out of all the shit for us to come together and be working on, we're so fucking divided. We're fighting over whether you support gay rights or not, whether you support abortion or not, whether you support Donald Trump or not. I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit. Grow the fuck up. This is not a conservative or democratic thing. This is not a fucking Christian or Islam, Buddhism. It's none of this fucking bullshit. Grow the fuck up. Case in point. Chicago. I've been to Chicago. It's a pretty town, pretty city. Huge city. You know what I mean? But it's divided as fuck. And people that live in Chicago know exactly what I'm talking about. People that's from Chicago know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. There are certain parts of town you can't go as a black man. Certain parts of town that you shouldn't go as a black man, as an Asian person, as a Hispanic person, whatever the case may be. The taxi drivers will tell you, man, I shouldn't take you over there. I'm not supposed to take you over there. And here it is. When you think about Chicago, you think about all the Christian churches that are there. Church of God in Christ, and all these other the Baptists, and all these other big Christian churches, big denominations. All these big churches, black churches, white churches in Chicago. And yet Chicago is leading the country for murder. It's the murder capital of America. And yet you got all these fucking churches there. You got all these Muslims there. A Nation of Islam, headquartered in Chicago. So you got all these power brokers there. All these people fighting over your religion, my religion, the Democrats, the Republicans, and all this other bullshit. And ain't nobody giving a fuck about the people. Ain't nobody doing shit to stop the rape, the violence in the fucking streets. How the fuck can you have all this power? How can you have all this fucking influence and not do a damn thing to bring this shit to a fucking stop? What the fuck are you fighting on? What the fuck are you so fixated on? We don't even talk about the bangers in the streets no more. We don't even talk about people getting their heads split open on the blocks no more. That's just normal. That's just accepted. But everybody saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost, but everybody going to fucking heaven. All these people in Chicago going, and I'm not just talking about Chicago. This is every fucking way. I don't give a damn what city you go to in America. I'm just going to speak on America. I know this is worldwide, but I'm just going to speak on America. I don't give a fuck if you go to New York, if you go to Houston, if you go to LA, if you go to Oakland. It don't matter where the fuck you go. You got people killing people left and right. And everybody fighting about, oh, women can't wear pants to church, and women can't be bishops, and women can't be preachers, and women shouldn't be talking in church, and women have to have their heads covered, and you can't wear nail polish, and you can't wear a suit as a woman to church. You got to have on a dress or a skirt, and all this bullshit we spew. If you don't accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you're going to hell. If you're not baptized in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, you're going to hell because you're not baptized, right? We got all this fucking stupid shit that we allow to divide us. I'm talking about picking up the pieces. It's Trip, stay with me. Here's some of them. I'm going to throw out some stats from you. I just looked this shit up last night. It's not hard to do. Ask Siri, get on Google. It's not hard to do. Chosen ones. You say you're chosen one, star seeds. You say you're a star seed. You say you're anointed. You say you understand your purpose. I'm about to tell us what our fucking purpose is. Our purpose has nothing to do with fucking Democratic Party. Our purpose ain't got shit to do with the fucking Republican Party. Our purpose ain't got shit to do with Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, Taoism, or any of this other fucking religious shit that's dividing us. We have to grow the fuck up. I don't give a damn if that's your fucking job. I don't give a damn if that's your fucking career. I don't give a damn if you're a fucking lawyer, a doctor, or nurse. None of that shit matter. You can make all the fucking money in the world and still not be fulfilling your fucking purpose. Oh, we going somewhere today. I'm just laying the foundation. I heard somebody say the other day, and it blew me away. It fucked my world up. They said, some people are so rich, some people are so poor, all they have is money. I'm gonna say it again. Some people are so poor that all they have is money. That's all they have. I'm gonna let y'all dwell on that for a minute. I'm coming back to that in a second. We have to grow up. We have to stop being divided. We have to stop focusing on the bullshit. Here it is, Athena, this goddess of war. Man, she's tripping out on Medusa's looks. How fucking superficial and ignorant is that? She's a god of war. And there were women getting raped at that time. And Athena didn't think enough about that to come down and stop women from getting raped. Kids getting kidnapped. Athena didn't think enough about that. She didn't give a fuck enough about that. Innocent people were dying and nobody stopped that shit. Nobody cared enough to bring that shit to a halt. Here's the trick. We focus on all this bullshit, right? All this stupid shit. I'm gonna throw out some facts to you guys. Some shit that I just read last night. I've talked about this in the past. More pressing shit. More pressing shit. More important shit that we need to be focused on. And I'm gonna say something, and it's probably gonna piss some people off. If you're fixated on all that other bullshit, you're fucking ignorant. You're clueless. You're not fulfilling your purpose. You're not attached to God, the Most High, universe, source, infinite knowledge, infinite wisdom. You're not connected. You can't be connected because God, the real God, don't give a fuck about the fucking political parties. He don't give a he, she, whatever. Don't give a fuck about the Democratic Party, the Republican parties, the Conservative Party. None of that fucking divisive bullshit. Here's the trick. Stats blew me away last night. In America, I've traveled a lot outside of America. I've traveled to 45, 46 of the states within continental United States, Alaska and Hawaii. I've been to both of them. So I've traveled. I've experienced life outside of America. But I'm talking about America today. In America, as beautiful as it is, as great as it is, it's fucked up. As great as it is, it's fucking dying and decaying from the inside out. Why? Because we're so fucking fixated on bullshit. We're tripping off the petty shit. Case in point, in America, I didn't come up with these stats. I didn't come up with this information. All I did was hit Google and look the shit up. In this country, my home, this country that I love, I could be honest about it. It needs a lot of fucking help. And religion isn't gonna fix the fucking problem. I just showed you Chicago. I don't care what fucking city you go to. In America, there's a fucking church there somewhere. Politics can't fix this. Religion can't fix this. I'm sick and tired of people talking about all you need is Jesus. Well, Jesus ain't fixed the shit. You need to do something else. I know this is grown folk channel. I know this is gonna ruffle some feathers. This is gonna piss some people off. It is what it is. We gotta grow the fuck up. And when I say grow the fuck up, we gotta grow up spiritually. We gotta grow up emotionally. We gotta grow up intellectually. We have to grow up and stop playing these stupid ass fucking games. Case in point, in America, every 68 seconds, somebody in this country is being sexually violated. In America. And it's a trip because America has this fucked up image. America has this self-righteous fucking attitude. We could dictate policy to the whole fucking world. We condemn the whole fucking world because you're not like America, and you need to open up the world, and you need to open up and let your people free. And whoop doo doo. In America, we can't take care of our fucking own. In America, we don't give a damn about our own. Truth be told, how can our fucked up government sit there and dictate policy to another country when it ain't solved its own fucking problems? So what they're telling us is we care more about these other countries than we do our own fucking American citizens. We care more about these other countries and the citizens in that country than we do you taxpaying motherfuckers. I know y'all voted and put us in office to help y'all and to make life better for y'all, but we're more concerned with what's going on over here. We're more concerned with what's going on over here, halfway across the fucking globe. We don't give a fuck that you motherfuckers keep getting raped. We could spend all this fucking money to go to another country to look for Osama bin Laden, to look for the guy that was in charge of Baghdad in Iraq, Saddam Hussein. We could Noriega down in Panama. We could spend millions of dollars to go after these other fucking political leaders, these other fucking leaders in other countries. But we can't spend the money, the resources to fix our own fucking problems here? To make sure that our own fucking kids are safe? To make sure that our own fucking women are safe? Y'all keep praying about this bullshit. Y'all keep fighting about your religion and this religion and what do. Ain't none of the religions fix the fucking problems. Ain't none of the fucking religions addressing the fucking problems. Let me look at something, give you something else to think about. A majority of child victims are aged 12. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. Between the years of 2009 and 2013. Between 2009 and 2013, over 63,000 kids were sexually abused. They haven't even gotten the latest stats yet. That's between 2009 and 2013. A majority of child victims are 12 to 17. 34% of the victims of assault and rape are under the age of 12. They're just a fucking baby. At 12 years old, we was fucking clueless. At 12 years old, they just playing games still. They fucking kids. Little ass fucking kids. I know there's a push in America to legalize child pornography. I know there's a thing in America to legalize being able to have sex with underage kids if they're consensual. Consensual? The fuck out of here with that bullshit. But we're so fixated on this bullshit. We're so fixated on the conservatives and the Democrats and religion and all this other shit. Let me throw another stat to you. The majority of sexual assaults occur at or near the victim's home. Every 68 seconds, somebody's getting violated. The majority of those occur at the person's house or near their house. Somebody that is from their fucking hood, somebody from their neighborhood was watching them. Was tracking them. Was stalking them. Somebody from the hood, somebody from the neighborhood, somebody from the fucking community. But we don't want to talk about this shit. Let's go talk about Joe Biden and what he's doing and his dementia. Let's go talk about Donald Trump and his bullshit. Let's go talk about Putin and what he got going in. Let's go talk about Lithuania and all these other fucking countries. Let's go talk about Bosnia and all this other shit. What about us? What about our babies? What about Americans? Another stat. I'm just throwing out stats. Stuff I was just looking at last night. On average, there are 463,634 victims aged 12 and older of rape and sexual assault each year in the United States. I'm gonna throw that number out again. On average, 463,634 people, 12 and older, are sexually assaulted. But we want to talk about Beyonce, we want to talk about Jay-Z, and we want to talk about academics and the bullshit he's spewing right now, and all this other bullshit. We want to talk about this stupid ass superficial shit. I'll throw some more stuff for you. 60% of the rapes and sexual assaults are not even fucking reported. Let me say it again. I just gave you the number of how many fucking assaults take place a year in this beautiful country. 60% aren't even fucking reported. People don't even talk about it. People don't want to have to go through the shame of reliving the bullshit again and again and again, and to be made to be the problem. Oh, well, maybe if you didn't dress so provocative, then guys wouldn't look at you like that. Well, maybe if you didn't do this, then guys wouldn't do this. Maybe if you didn't do this, if you didn't get drunk, then guys wouldn't have violated you. Maybe if you didn't go to the club so late by yourself, then you wouldn't have got this. Grow the fuck up. When are we gonna stop blaming the women for being fucking sexually assaulted? When are we as fucking men gonna grow the fuck up? When is we as quote unquote other men gonna stand there and hold their ass accountable for the fucking bullshit? Man, picking up the pieces. Picking up the pieces. And so what that says is, if 60% of the rapes and the sexual assaults don't even get reported, you know what that tells the fucking perpetrator? I'm good. I could go out and do this shit again. I could do this again. And they do this shit again and again and again. I'll throw some more information to you. It's heavy. Almost 21 million Americans have some type of an addiction. 21 million. I want y'all to think about that. There's about 330 million people in America. Total. 21 million that we know of have some fucking addiction. That's not even accounting for all the motherfuckers that is addicted to the fucking medication that their doctors has prescribed them. That's not even counting for all the fucking alcoholics that we don't even know is functioning alcoholics. That's not even counting for all the motherfuckers addicted to fucking porn. And they lost their families behind the fucking bullshit. There's so many other things that we need to be talking about, family. But we talk about stupid shit. We talk about superficial shit. We argue and fight over bullshit. We can't come together because your color of your skin. We can't come together because you believe in homosexuality or you support homosexuality or because you support abortion or pro-choice or all this other bull. We can't come together to deal with the real shit because we're fighting over the bullshit. I'm gonna say it again. We can't come together to fix the real shit, the real fucking problems, because we're too divided over the bullshit. We're divided over bullshit. So we don't even address the real issues. Because our fucking ego says, well, if we're gonna talk about it, we have to fix it this way. And only Jesus could fix it. And only our church can fix it. And only prayer and fasting could fix it. Well, if prayer and fasting could fix the shit would have been fixed a long fucking time ago. Prayer and fasting ain't go fix the shit. We're gonna have to get our fucking hands dirty. We're gonna have to hold some motherfuckers accountable. We're gonna have to be fucking real with ourselves and acknowledge that we've been fighting and arguing over bullshit. You hear me talk a lot. Man, we gotta get our ego under control. We have to learn to get our ego under control. That's why we fight over this bullshit, because that's all ego driven. That's ego based bullshit. But y'all so convinced that y'all woke and deep and spiritual and anointed and appointed and all this other bullshit. Another stat. Alcohol and drug addiction cost the U.S. economy over $600 billion every fucking year. I'll say it again. I want you guys to think of, just process the numbers. Alcohol and drug addiction. And this is America. Alcohol and drug addiction cost the U.S. economy over $600 billion a year. And we're not even really doing shit with it. We haven't even touched the fucking tip of the fucking problem. We're throwing a fucking Band-Aid on the problem and expecting it to get better. And we're not dealing with the root cause of the fucking problem. We're not even tackling the problem. Throw out another stat for you. In 2020, men died by suicide 3.88 times more than women. There are 130 suicides per day. White males accounting for 69.68% of the suicide deaths in 2020. Interesting thing. I was at the gym the other day, and this Italian guy came up to me. And he said, "Man, you have an accent. Where are you from?" I said, "You have an accent too. Where are you from?" And he started laughing. He was like, "I'm from New York. I was born and raised here." I said, "Okay." I said, "I'm from California." And he said, "Oh man, I heard about California. Man, California is crazy. Man, Compton and all this other stuff, right? Man, what's wrong with the kids out there? And why are they killing up everybody and all this other stuff, right?" And so I'm just listening to this guy talk. And I said, "Okay." He said, "These kids are out there, the kids out there, they don't respect nobody, and they're just killing everybody, and the gangs are crazy, and they're just shooting people, just random people, and just what the hell's going on out there in California in the ghettos?" And I want to address that. I addressed it to him, and I want to talk about that here. Because again, we got to be honest with ourselves. All of us. And I said, "You know what?" I said, "I love history. I'm a history buff." I said, "I do my own research." I said, "But it's amazing to me how when you look at what goes on in the ghettos, and this is no justification, nothing whatsoever, just hear me out. When you look at what goes on in the ghettos, now in American mental health, we have this thing that we kind of took from the military, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, because the veteran guys have been in military in battle. They saw some stuff, went through some stuff, and man, they now have post-traumatic stress disorder from that event, that situation. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere heavy right now. So these guys coming back from war, man, they can still hear bombs going off in their head. They can still hear the bullets flying past their head. One of the worst meals you could have is burning flesh. Burning flesh. When you get by flesh and it's burning, man, the fat in it starts popping like bacon. And that's a horrible smell. I still smell it from time to time. And there's the trap. We get all of our veterans help. We try to get them help through the VA and through other agencies, man, because we understand PTSD now. And we even say that women have post-traumatic stress disorder. You know what I mean? Man, because of the pregnancy and all this other stuff. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere heavy. So I'm talking to this guy. I said, "You know what?" I said, "You mind if I take a few minutes just to share with you some information?" He said, Yeah. He said, "Because I really want to understand the gang problem and why they're so violent and why they're killing all these people." And I sat down with him. I said, "Let me share something with you." I said, when you look at the communities in the ghetto, I'm from the hood. When you look at and I don't care where you go in the hood, again, whether it's Cleveland, St. Louis, Akron, Cincinnati, it don't matter where you go. In the hood, for the most part, the fathers aren't in the lives of the kids. The fathers aren't in the kids' lives. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so these kids are growing up. Their daddy ain't in the picture, or their daddy's strung out on drugs, or he's an alcoholic, or he's in and out of the fucking penitentiary, or he's on the streets. The women, a lot of them strung out on drugs. They're working 2 and 3 jobs. Some of them are selling themselves just to make ends meet. And the kids see all this shit. The kids grow up in these rat-infested, roach-infested environments where they see gunfire all the time. They know people, friends who've gotten killed. They've seen blood on the streets, blood in the hood and apartment complexes. They've seen people get stuck with knives and jumped and the shit beat out of them and stomped the fuck out. They've seen men come in and beat the shit out of their mama. They've seen dudes come in and rape their mama and their sisters. And we expect these same kids to go to school and function like the people that do from the suburbs or from the wealthy communities that don't have any of these fucking problems. We expect these same poor kids to go to school and take the same fucking test and to read the same fucking books and to have the same fucking mental capacity as their counterparts who don't have to deal with the stresses of life, who don't have to deal with these issues in life. I'm not making no excuses. I'm just showing you the clear picture. Stay with me. So, these kids, I see, they got to deal with peer pressure. These kids, they got to deal with trying to find their fucking identity. Because either their daddy's raising them or he ain't in the picture. Or their mama's raising them or she ain't in the picture. Mama's having kids early now, you know what I mean? Especially in the hood. And so she don't know who the fuck she is. Daddy don't know who the fuck he is. And now I'm 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, and I still don't know who the fuck I am. And if the truth be told, most of us right here on this channel, as grown-ass fucking adults, don't know who the fuck we are. We still don't have our own identity. We still have an identity crisis. And so we're expecting and demanding that these little kids who grew up in these toxic hellhole environments to go to school and function normally. And then they listen to this crap music. They're playing these crappy ass fucking video games where it glorifies violence. How can we not expect these kids to have PTSD? So this is all stuff I'm sharing with this guy. And he's sitting there, he's looking at me. And his eyes are like, you know, like saucers, just big, right? I said, you know the trip? I said, the trip is, there hasn't been one black kid that's gone to school with a gun and shot up the whole fucking school. Not in America. There's been kids that kill each other in the fucking hood. They kill each other at the pool and the rec centers and all this other shit, but they don't go to school and just start randomly shooting a whole bunch of fucking people. I said, so when we look at America and we look at history and I look at Columbine, it wasn't black kids from the fucking hood that had PTSD that went to the schools and just started shooting up motherfuckers with ARs or AKs. This is not a race thing. Stay with me. I'm just trying to explain something to this gentleman. I said, so when you look at Columbine and you look at all these other places of these mass shootings in America, they've always been white kids. And the great majority of them are privileged, come from money. I said, but here's the trick. When the black kids kill each other in the hood, we say they're fucking violent. When the Hispanic kids kill each other in the hood, we say they're fucking violent. When white kids go to school and shoot up everybody, we say they have a mental health disorder. We say that it's the medication that they're on. These white kids come from privileged homes, money. Well, they don't have these stresses in life like the little poor black kids growing up, or Hispanic or the Asian kids. You know what I mean? Stay with me. Or the poor white kids growing up in the hood. Because there's a lot of poor white kids growing up in the hood too. We have to grow up. This guy was shook when I finished talking to him. He couldn't understand that, man, this bald-headed black guy is educating him on some real shit. His perspective of life in America was completely clueless. Speaking on shit he didn't even fucking understand. And that the truth be told, that's what the majority of us do. We talk a whole bunch of bullshit about stuff we don't even fucking understand. And we completely miss the picture. We judge people and condemn them to hell and never know the fucking circumstances of their fucking life. Why they're the way they are. When it's your fucking issue, oh man, you got a reason for it. But when somebody else got the same fucking problem, oh man, they got the devil in them. Oh, they're fucking crazy. They're twisted. But when it's you, man, you shouldn't piss me off. You know, I get on one. You know, you piss me off. I'm going to let you know what it is. I'm going to keep it real. You know what it is. You know what I mean? We have all these fucking excuses to justify our actions. Picking up the pieces. Picking up the pieces. How can we be so fucking divided over bullshit? Here's another statistic I want to read to you guys. This one kind of stung me. Suicide. Again, we're talking about America. 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 The most self-righteous nation in the fucking world. America. With all the fucking churches. America. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among people aged 15 to 24 in the United States. Let me read that again. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among people aged 15 to 24 in the U.S. There's another one. Where's it at? Yes, please. This came out June 3rd. This is the ABC7chicago.com. This is where I got this information right here from. U.S. teen suicide rate 2022. Gun suicides soar among youth. June 3rd, 2022. Suicides have long been a driver of firearm-related deaths. More than half of all gun deaths in 2020 were suicides. I'm gonna read that last sentence again, because I don't think we really understand that. Because we're quick to point the finger. Oh, the black kids and the Hispanic kids are killing each other and they're so violent and we're quick to talk all this bullshit. More than half of all gun deaths. More than half of all gun deaths. So when you talk about Chicago and New York and LA and Houston and Chicago and Oakland and Akron and Cleveland and St. Louis and Memphis and all these other cities, you talk about how violent the people, the kids are. When you talk about how violent they are and how many people they're killing and whoop. Pause. Take a pause. Because more than half of all gun deaths in 2020 were suicides. I talk a lot about suicide. I talk a lot about mental health stuff. Because there's nothing more important to me than us dealing with our mental health. See, because we can't even deal with these other issues until we learn to deal with our mental health, our own issues. See, because we're so fixated on the bullshit. We're so fucking superficial. We're so, man, we about chasing the bag and we spend all this money on getting, titty implants and lip implants and ass implants and all this bullshit. We so fixated on looking good and all this other stupid shit and looking like we fucking success story. And yet we ain't really dealing with the real issue. You can't deal with the real issue until you deal with your fucking issues. You can't deal with the issues of the country until you deal with your shit. Until you get connected to God, source, the Most High. I'm not talking about fucking religion. You got to get your shit straight first. My queen and I was traveling, and I have this thing. I like getting her bags, nice purses and stuff like that, right? Something we just got into, right? And she was telling me about this lady by the name of Kate Spade. I heard the name before, but she didn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? I heard the name, but I didn't know what she did. I didn't know who she was. Her claim to fame was. I didn't know anything about the lady, but I heard the name Kate Spade. And some queen was telling me today, yeah, she committed suicide. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, she has to, because I saw somebody with a Kate Spade purse. And then I saw it on one of the trains, and it's like one of the shuttles in New York. It had like all Kate Spade out, right? So I'm like, okay, well, who the fuck is this lady? You know what I mean? What the fuck is she about, right? And so I'm asking my queen, and she's like, yeah, she committed suicide and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, fuck. Damn. You know what I mean? Damn. Why am I talking about that? Some of us, we think that if we had more money, all of our problems would go away. If we had more money, life would be so much better for us. If we had more money, man, you'll be happy. And I talk a lot about that on this channel. Because it's not about the fucking money. This lady's another perfect example. You can have all the money in the world. You can have the best companies in the world and still commit suicide. A young lady from Stanford University. I believe she was captain of the soccer team. She was the goalie, I believe, earlier this year. Or was it? I believe it was earlier this year. It was earlier this year. Committed suicide. Stanford. A prestigious school. Hard as fuck to get into. Hard as fuck to get into. You gotta have money or your academics gotta be above, like way above, way up there. You know what I mean? You can't just have a 4.0 and think you're going to Stanford. You got to have something else with you. You got to have something else about you. It's hard as hell to get into the school. Talked about the young lady, Miss America, earlier this year, committed suicide. As beautiful as she was, as all the wars that she won, she still committed suicide. Money don't make you happy. Good looks won't make you happy. You gotta deal with your shit. You gotta deal with your bullshit. And they teach us how to do everything else but deal with our bullshit. Told you guys earlier this year, I don't go to doctors. I just don't. There's some that are good. I don't. I don't go to doctors. That's just me. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you not to go to the doctor. Man, if you ain't in health and you're not taking care of your body or you're not taking care of your stuff, man, you're gonna need to get some fucking help. You know what I mean? Or you have to put in a fucking study in to get what you need to get done. You know what I mean? I've studied this stuff. You know what I mean? I make my own teas. I grew a garden. I grew my own teas and used my own concoctions. Got rid of diabetes and all that other shit, right? So I was going to the doctor because I wanted to have a physical. Not I wanted to. My wife wanted me to have a physical. Truth be told, you know what I mean? She wanted to make sure I was good, right? So man, to appease her and to accommodate her, man, I'm gonna go. And I'm telling her I'm good. I'm all right. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong. You know what I mean? And so we go to the doctor, and the doctor tells me, oh yeah, she run. They do all the labs and all that shit, and went in and talked to her to let her tell me what was going on. And she told me all the results came back good. Everything was good. Everything was great, right? Don't have diabetes. Don't not any of that stuff, right? And she's like, your blood pressure's just a little high. And I said, yeah, I know. And she's like, well, why is your blood pressure high? I said, because of some stuff that I took. And it was like pre-workout stuff. And I didn't even think about it the morning of, right? When I went in for the physical, I just drank some water and drank the stuff, right? Took the stuff. Because right after that, I went to the gym and got my workout on, you know what I mean? And so I wasn't even thinking about it when going to the doctor. And she's like, well, I want to do a couple more tests next week, and I need to see if I need to prescribe you blood pressure medicine. I said, I'm not taking it. And she just looked at me. And she was like, well, I understand that you don't believe in doctors. She said, but help me help you and all this other bullshit. She starts spewing. Stay with me. I said, ma'am, I mean no disrespect to you at all. I mean no disrespect to your education, your training, or any of that other stuff. I'm not taking high blood pressure medicine. My blood pressure was like 144, 145 or some shit, right? I'm not taking high blood pressure medication. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking no fucking pills. You know what I mean? None of that bullshit. That's me. Because I understand something. And I've done the research. I understand, okay, to lower my blood pressure, I could do whoop de whoop de whoop. I could drink da 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 da. You know what I mean? And so I'm exercising, I'm eating good, I'm doing all what I need to do. Right? I don't need some fucking pill. Some man-made bullshit. That's gonna fuck up my liver, my organs, my kidneys, and all this other shit down the road. I'm not doing it. So this lady's looking at me. And she's like, well, and she asked me, why are you so against doctors? I said, ma'am, it's not just doctors. I don't take anything that the quote unquote experts tell me for granted. I don't take it verbatim. Just because you say this, I'm not gonna run with things like, oh yeah, well the doctor said da 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 da. I'm not that person. I do my own study, I do my own research. I said, and because I'm African American and because I have Blackfoot Indian tribe in me and Cherokee tribe in me, I've done my research and I understand what the quote unquote experts, the government, did to my people. I understand what they did with the Tuskegee experiment with giving black men syphilis. So no, I don't fucking trust the government. No, I don't fucking trust the fucking pharmaceutical industry. Why am I gonna go take some fucking pills that I don't even know what's in the fucking pills when I could go out there in nature and just pick me some fucking herbs and make me some fucking tea and get the same benefits without the fucking side effects? And without having to pay a fucking copay for the fucking medication. She just looked at me. I said, again, I'm not trying to be anti you. I said, I came here just to satisfy my wife. Just to let my wife know that I was okay, that I was healthy. She sees me working out again. She sees what I'm doing. I said, so I just want to satisfy her. I didn't need this for me. And so I mean no disrespect to you and what you do here. But there's no pills that you're going to give me that I'm going to take. There's no pills that you're going to give me that I'm going to go pay for. And she's like, okay, well, if you need me, I'm here. Thank you. If I get a broken arm, broken foot, broken ankle, or whatever, I'll come see you. You know what I mean? But until then, I'm good. I'm good. What's that got to do with picking up the pieces? Family, we got to stop depending on everybody else to fucking educate us. We got to stop listening to these fucking quote unquote experts, these preachers and these teachers and all these other people. We have to start doing our own fucking research. We have to start taking better care of ourselves. We have to start being a beacon of hope, of love, and compassion for our fellow citizens. We can't fix these problems if we don't address the fucking problems. Why are so many kids, babies, committing suicide? Why are so many kids on antidepressant medication? Why are so many adults on the same fucking medication? When I was in California, I would see all these kids coming to school and they were on, what's the medication that they give them for ADHD and attention, what is it? I can't even think about this stuff. Ritalin and some other ones that they were giving them. And these kids look zoned the fuck out. These kids look like fucking zombies walking down the hallway going to class. And I know we give it to them and the teachers like it for the most part. Why? Because the kids sit there and they don't say shit. They don't do shit. They're not disruptive, but they're zoned the fuck out. They're physically there, they're emotionally fucking gone. We have to grow up. Why? So many of our people been violated. Last stat I'm gonna give you guys, and I've shared this stuff before. In America, this beautiful country, in America, with all this fucking religious bullshit, with all this fucking Bibles and other teachings, in America, with all of its fucking mega churches and corner churches and storefront churches and house churches, in America, over 800,000 kids go missing every year. I'm gonna say that again. 800,000 kids go missing every year in America. In America. We don't give a fuck about these kids. They're just another statistic. Here's the trick. We have so many of us Americans that's ready to send arms and weapons to all these other fucking countries in support of them. We're ready to send our troops, American lives, to go defend other fucking countries. But we can't stop our fucking kids from going missing? 800,000? And this number has been going on for years. Decades. You can't even comprehend 800,000 kids. Most cities in America don't even have 800,000 people in them. Let me say that again. Most cities in America do not even have 800,000 citizens. And that's how many kids we have just disappearing. And ain't nobody looking for them. Ain't nobody talking about this shit. Ain't no pastor, ain't no preacher, ain't no bishop, ain't no saint, ain't no politician. Ain't nobody talking about this shit. Where the fuck are our babies? I don't give a fuck about what Osama bin Laden was at. Where the fuck are our babies at? Let's stop these motherfuckers out here that's preying on these women and preying on these young kids and these young dudes. Let's stop this shit. Let's stop our girls from growing up in fear and wondering if they're gonna be another victim. Let's get help to these people that are on drugs. Because if the truth be told, a great majority of them are on drugs because of some shit that happened to them. Because some shit that happened to them. And see, we're so fucking quick to look at a drug addict on the streets, dumpster diving, or just sprung up the fuck up, and we just look at them as like, they fucking dirty, they're grimy, why don't they get a fucking job? Da, 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 da. And we so quick to dismiss, I don't want to see them, put them somewhere else. You know what I mean? We're so quick to dismiss them like they're not a fucking American. We're so quick to dismiss them like they're not a fucking human being. And we never wonder, and we never ask the hard questions. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Star seeds, chosen ones. Man, we're here to deal with our fucking shit. We're here to turn the fucking light on. You can't be radiant. You can't fucking glow if you still in the fucking dark. And what am I meaning you're in the dark? You still stuck on fucking stupid. You're still distracted with the bullshit. How do we protect these people? How do we protect our elderly who are getting abused? Man, they're getting dogged the fuck out. I saw something years ago. The medication for an elderly person, a life medication that they have to take all the time. I can't remember the name of the medication. But in America, it's like $800 a month for this prescription. In Canada, the same fucking pills, the same fucking labels was $300. In Mexico, the same fucking bottle, The same fucking pills, the same fucking labels. Less than $30. Less than $30. And so nobody's talking about the difficult shit. Nobody's talking about the elderly who's struggling with paying rent and buying their fucking medication. They're struggling with buying food or paying for their fucking pills. Because the pharmaceutical industry has gassed up the fucking prices on these fucking pills so fucking high. And all that they've done already for the country. All the work that they've already put in to working and trying to build this country up to be where it's at. Now that they're old, man, Bria, thank you for that donation. Now that they're old, now that they're elderly and they can't work, now we want to rate them financially. Now we want to take all that they've saved up for. We want to take all their pension. We want to take all their life savings. But we don't talk about this stuff. We don't talk about this stuff. But we know everything that's going on fucking social media with some bullshit. We know who's sleeping with who just got pregnant by who. We know everything about the industry, and we think we know everything. When I say everything, we know who's dropping the album when. We know what's going on with this person's career and all this other bullshit. Because we'll research that shit, but we won't research this real shit right here. Chosen ones, star seeds, children of God. Man, we got to start picking up the pieces. We have to start picking up the pieces. We got to do with our shit so that the light can radiate through us, so that hope can radiate through us, so that we can have the knowledge and the wisdom and the information to share, to be a lifesaver to others, to be an encouragement and an inspiration to others. This is what our legacy is supposed to be. See, we're tripping on, man, how am I going to leave my kids this $15 million? And how am I going to leave my kids this and this and that? And we talking about leaving our kids some bullshit. We talking about, man, my legacy, man, I did this and I did this and I did, and well, none of it inspirational in helping others heal and grow. Chosen ones. Star seeds, children of God, children of the Most High, whatever you call yourself. Man, my hope and prayer is that we deal with our shit and we start having these real conversations. Now we turn the light on for the world. We turn the light on for this raggedy ass fucking country we live in now. It could be so much better. It should be so much better. It's supposed to be a whole lot better. But it cannot be better until we get our shit straight, until we become the beacon that the world, that this country is needing to see and hear. We've listened to all the fucking religious bullshit we need. We've heard all the fucking political bullshit we need. Every fucking 4 years, these politicians get up and promise you the fucking world, and you buy that bullshit, hook, line, and sinker. Oh, he's gonna do it this time. I believe him. And man, he said he's gonna, and nothing fucking changes. And they never talk about our fucking missing kids. They never talk about all the women and the kids that get violated in this country. They never talk about the suicides in this country. We have to grow up. We have to stop playing the fucking game. Disconnect from the bullshit. As long as you're trusting these political parties, you can never be connected to God. As long as you're connected to these fucking religious groups, you can never really be connected to God, the Most High, universe source. You can never be the beacon that you're supposed to be. You can never have the influence and the power, the anointing to make an impact, a life-changing impact. We don't need no more fucking government. We don't need no more fucking religious bullshit. We need more starseeds, more chosen ones, more children of God. Not that everybody call themselves a children of God in church. That's not the bullshit I'm talking about. It's time for us to stand up. It's time for us to be accountable. It's time for us to get fucking busy and stop playing the fucking games. Man, I hope I said something that's it's helped you. You know what I mean? I hope that your time here today wasn't wasted. I hope that the light has been turned on, a button's been pushed, something. You know what I mean? I hope that you don't leave after hearing this the same way you came on. We have to stop being so divided. Man, we got to come together. Women, y'all got to stop the bullshit and come together. There are far more women in the world, in America, than there are men. There are way more women in America than there are men. Man, we got to get our shit straight. Stop letting these politicians and these fucking religious people gas you up and divide you. Stop allowing them to strip you of your natural power, your God-given power. Stop dumbing yourself down to be accepted by these entities that don't mean anyone any good. My beautiful Quinn and I, we love you guys. We thank you guys for being here with us. Man, we'll be back on again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you. Happy healing. Peace.